I'm a spiritual person and believe that every day there's an opportunity to do something meaningful in someone else's life, and that oftentimes we're called and created to live a certain purpose. And mine is a one of service to others, making a difference. The family that I met from Venezuela, I was at my 12-year-old son's baseball game. It's fall ball. And I was sitting at the end in Hyde Park, at the end of behind the backstop. And there was a young 13-year-old, he's 13, I know now, that walked by and literally just looked at me in the eyes and kind of smiled. And then I saw him and I was conscious, but I wasn't active. And then I looked again at him and then I said, and then we kind of smiled at each other. But the next day, they had another game, and this time he walked by, and then even though the game is going on, I'm like, I hear you, I see. And then I looked at him, and I mean, you're here, on the field's over here, but and then I looked at him, and I was like, come here, come on. And he was like, and I was like, yeah, come on. Came over, and then I didn't see that his mother, his father, and then his 6-year-old son was there as well. So I'm talking to him a little bit. He can't fully speak English, and I sure can't speak Spanish, but we were speaking human to each other. And then his mother got up, came over, and she was like, no, grabbed her phone and was this. And then she was like, I remember her saying, he wants to play. He really wants to learn how to play and be great in baseball. And then I was like, I go, what's his name? And we started talking via Google Text, translating everything like that. And it was September 8th, actually, was the date. And since that time, I've gotten him involved in baseball. He's currently in 8th grade at a Chicago public school, both him and his brother. The husband has found a job, and they're staying at one of the shelters on the south side. But since that time, we've been able to help them get some of the paperwork that they needed completed, a lawyer working with them, and currently working to try and get them an apartment as well so that they don't have to be at the shelter. I am committed to this family, my family, morally and spiritually adopted them. And since we talked even, a good friend of mine, 2 of them actually, who have potential houses that they can rent out, have reached out and said, we want to help out here, but we also may have an opportunity for another family. So right away, thank goodness for Google, and texted and everything. I sent a message and said, is there another family that you trust that's really good, that's at the shelter, that we can start to potentially help? And they were like, yeah, it is. Right away, talked to the dad, and it's a family of 7. So Wow. They have 5 children, 3 in high school, 1 in elementary school, and then a young daughter, and then the mother and father. So now at a point of bringing others together, and I get the court thing and all the paperwork, sure. whatever.
But it started with just making eye contact and a willingness to engage. Like you said, you were separated partially by language,
yes.
but not by the human experience. Claude, you've been very generous with your time.
Yes.
Thank you very much for joining us today.
Oh, it's been a pleasure to be here, Hugo. Thank you very much.